This is Monster Mash!
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. The movie stars Tom Atkins. Yeah, that badass cop guy from Night of the Creeps. In this movie, he's not a cop. He's actually a doctor named Daniel. One night, this crazy lunatic guy comes in clutching a Halloween mask. They rush him into the ER. Eventually, this weird guy in a suit comes in, breaks his nose with his fingers, like, crushes the dude's face. It was unreal. He goes outside, he walks out of the hospital, there's people trying to tell him to stop. He walks outside, gets in his car, out of nowhere, for some random reason, just pours gasoline, like, all over his face and body. And then he, like, lights a match or a lighter or something, and boom, blows the fuck up. Tom Atkins, you know, the doctor guy, he's just kind of standing there like, what the hell's going on? So now Daniel's just basically forced or, like, pushed into this insane, intense Halloween nightmare. There's these evil masks that are created by this company called Silver Shamrock. The co-founder's name is Conal Cochran or some shit. And anyways, he's this old guy and he's like really corrupt. He owns his factory and they just distribute these fucking evil masks that kill you when you put them on. Pretty wicked. The mask doesn't just kill you when you just simply just put it on. It has to be activated, so to speak, by this fucking commercial that plays throughout the entire film. I can't forget the damn jingle. It plays through the entire film. It drives you nuts. The commercial plays when the kids are wearing the masks, no matter where they are. They're sitting in front of a TV anywhere in the United States, wearing the mask when the commercial plays. And it's a certain commercial, like they have to wait till Halloween or whatever, and on Halloween there's going to be this big giveaway or whatever, this huge Halloween giveaway. Every kid that's wearing that mask when that commercial airs on Halloween is going to fucking die. I know most of you are thinking right now, the movie doesn't involve Michael Myers at all whatsoever, except for a short nod to the film. You're sitting there thinking, there's no Michael Myers, dude. This movie sucks ass. Michael Myers just got so popular. You know, he was so badass in the first two films. So for the audiences, whenever Halloween 3 rolled around, not knowing what John Carpenter's original idea for the series was, expected to see Michael Myers and didn't see him in Halloween 3 at all. I think that's why most people hated it. And most people to this day really still don't like it because it's not a Michael Myers movie, you know. But if you look at it just as a horror film, like a standalone horror flick, 80s horror flick, you know, then it's a really good movie. We find out that the old man that was killed by the weird dude in the suit in the beginning or whatever, he had a daughter, and she's basically the other main character besides Tom Atkins. And then they just like go on this journey basically to figure out what the deal is with these evil masks. So they go out to this hotel. There's this woman in the room next to him, I guess, and she has one of the masks, and she's like complaining about how it's like defective or some shit and like cheap or something, and like the little doubloon that was on the mask like came off, and she's like bitching about it. And she goes back to her room and trying to fucking like fiddle with it or something. I don't know what she's doing. And all of a sudden this laser beam comes out of the token and just like fries her mouth all fucked up. Look at that shit. It was really fucking disturbing. Super brutal. Okay, so after that scene, that insane scene with the woman getting fucking fucked up by the coin, this van pulls up and more of the guys in the suits jump out. Good old Conal Cochran or whatever, the owner of the factory, he like introduces himself to the people and tells everybody, you know, you don't have anything to worry about. And like there's this old Irish guy that owns the hotel and he's so pro Cochran, you know what I'm saying? He's like, Cochran is like the best thing that's ever happened to this town and all this shit, you know, and like he's just rambling on to the doctor, you know. It's just really weird how an ambulance doesn't come and get him and bring him to a hospital. Tom Atkins, the doctor guy, you know, he knows that something weird's going down, so him and the girl investigate it. They start to get closer and closer. They're getting leads. The doctor's like female doctor friend or whatever, she gets in too deep and figures out too much, and then this robot dude or one of the guys in the suits or whatever, the robot guy, he like goes over there and like kills the fuck out the woman, you know, because she was getting too close to figuring out what they were doing, you know. Basically, to make a long story short, they go to the factory. They go like on this tour or something. They're just being given a tour of the factory, and they're showing them like how the masks are made, how they put the seal of approval on each mask and all this shit, and they're just showing them around the factory. This one family goes into this test room, I guess you can say, and like there's a TV in the middle of the room, and a couch, you know, and the mom and dad sit down. The kid has his free mask that was given to him by Cochran, you know what I'm saying? He's so stoked about his pumpkin mask, and the commercial comes on the TV. All of a sudden, like, the kid's mask starts bubbling and doing all this crazy shit, and it busts open, and like these fucking crickets and all these bugs and shit just like come pouring out the mask. And the kid's just dead as fuck on the ground. The mom's freaking out. The dad's freaking out. They're trying to get out, and they realize that they're locked in there. Mr. Tom Atkins himself, he goes back to the warehouse. He just like pours the chips that were on, all these microchips that were on the masks, those seals of approval or whatever they put on the mask. He just pours like a big box of them over the rail, and they fall on top of Cochran. And a couple of the robots, all the robot dudes that are standing in the area, everybody gets fried. Cochran blows up. It's fucking intense. Anyways, after he pretty much destroys the factory, he gets the fuck out of there. He thinks that everything's okay, and he's won. You know what I'm saying? He took down Cochran, destroyed the factory. Those masks and the commercial, it's all over. Everybody's going to be fine, right? Wrong. The doctor guy and the girl driving, they crash, and then you realize, like, you figure out that the girl was a robot the whole time. Dudes in the suits are like robots and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they were made by this Cochran dude. We get to the gas station. Tom Atkins walks up in there. 3 kids walk in, and they're trick-or-treating, you know, it's Halloween. And they all 3 have the silver shamrock masks on. You got the witch, the skeleton, and the pumpkin. All of a sudden, the commercial's popping off on this TV. Tom Atkins is like, holy shit. He picks up the phone and he calls the TV station, and he's like, shut it off now. You know, he's like freaking out and saying all this shit. He's like freaking the fuck out. He's like, shut it off now. And then he's just like screaming at the TV and screaming at the dude on the phone. You know, he's like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All the kids in America that are wearing these silver shamrock masks are fucked. I highly recommend you check out Halloween 3. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. It's definitely one of those underrated horror gems that everybody should see. I know it's not a Michael Myers movie, but it's definitely a really good movie. So, check it out. Scott86, your ghoulish ghost host with the most. Happy Halloween.
It belongs.